Hello YouTube, it's your girl Jeracia, and I'm just coming with you guys with my first video. I've made a major decision in my life, which is to get VSG surgery, due to my obese status, which I've been a big girl my entire life. I remember being over 200 pounds when I was 12 years old. And I think I've only been under 200 pounds once in my life, and I did not get there in a healthy way. I was struggling with my demons, and so as soon as I got sober from that experience, the weight just came right on back. And not only did it come back, but it brought friends. Yay me. So this has been quite an issue. And now, since, gaining all this weight, I've gotten all the way up to 296 pounds at one point. Albeit I was pregnant, but that really is no excuse for being almost 300 pounds. So let's just dismiss that. My highest weight ever was 296 pounds. Honestly, at the time, I didn't even think of it as a big deal. I felt like I was doing good, honestly, at that point, because when I had first gotten pregnant, I was, I want to say 275 or 277, somewhere around that range, because normally, honestly, that's where I hover, is between 265 and 275, even though here recently it's been on the higher end. So while I was pregnant, I got up to 296. I dismissed it. I just was like, oh, that's just normal pregnancy weight. Like, no, that's definitely not normal pregnancy weight. Honestly, it caused me to have an unhealthy pregnancy, I feel. I was hospitalized for the last 2 weeks of my pregnancy because of preeclampsia. So, my weight definitely contributed to that. And honestly, one day I was going to public speaking class and just walking up the stairs, walking from the parking lot into the foyer and up the stairs to my classroom, I was out of breath. I mean, I was so out of breath. And I was already running late that day, and they had pulled names for us to give a speech, right? So I'm walking in the class, huffing and puffing, like that, breathing super hard, like trying to catch my breath, like I had asthma, which I don't actually have asthma. It's just from my weight. So I walk in, and of course my name got pulled first. No, I was second. But it still wasn't enough time for me to catch my breath, because the speeches were only like 2 minutes. So I had like 3 or 4 minutes to catch my breath, which was not enough time. And I was so embarrassed. I got up in front of the class and I was like, can you guys please give me a few minutes? A girl is out of breath. I played it off like it was a joke, but honestly, inside I was dying. Like, I was so embarrassed. Like, you can't even walk from your car to the classroom and give your little 2-minute monologue speech. You know what I mean? Like, that is so embarrassing, especially to an entire class of 120 pound somethings. It was quite embarrassing. So I get through that speech, and after that, like, I sat in my car and I just was like, this is ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Your eating habits are ridiculous. Your lack of activity is ridiculous. And there's no excuses for it. So from that day on, I started to take notice to the things that I was eating and where the majority of my calories were coming from. And honestly, they weren't coming from my meals. No, my meals were like normal meals. We make a lot of vegetable-based things. Like, we eat a lot of stir fries. I mean, albeit we do have white rice with it. But there was a lot of vegetables and proteins in my diet naturally. And, I mean, fruits also. But there was also so many snacks. I mean, we had, oh man, when I got home that day, just to like, I don't know, demonstrate to you guys like how my grocery shopping was so freaking horrible, and I would never really noticed it. We literally had 2 of those 24 pack boxes of Nabisco cookies that had Nutter Butters, Oreos, and Chips Ahoy's in there. We had 2 boxes of that. We had a big 24 pack of little individual sized chips. Come on now. We had 2 different kinds of ice cream cones, Crackers, chicken and a biscuit, club crackers, Ritz. We had all of these things. Me and my husband like different chips. He likes Doritos. I like Southern Sweet Heat. Those are my chips. Anyways, we had bags of each of those plus the little ones for my son, which that's not healthy for him either. It's so bad. And I had never thought about it because that's how we ate when I was little. We had a bunch of snacks. My mom always made sure to keep Little Debbie's in the house. We were snackers. We were unhealthy eaters or whatever. And so I just was like, this has to change. Not only for me, but also for my son. I don't want him to grow up to be obese. I don't want him to be embarrassed and having to ask the air flight attendant for a seatbelt extender. I just don't want that for him. I want him to be healthy. I want him to be active. I want him to enjoy life instead of just struggling through, which honestly is what I feel that I've been doing for the last 10 years. As I've gotten bigger and bigger, I've just been struggling through. I go to work, I come home, I clean, I cook, I snack all day. And then, then I recently started school back in fall of 2019. So, and then the snacking got even worse because then it was, I don't have time for healthy food. All I have time for is Wendy's 4 for $4 or Taco Bell's $1 menu. And I was a huge McDonald's fan. I love sausage egg McMuffins, which I've given up. And honestly, since I haven't had a sausage egg McMuffin in probably a month and a half, and I don't miss it. I don't. I drink my protein coffee and I am satisfied and I'm content. It's sweet. It tastes like a latte kind. Well, it tastes like an iced coffee. And I love it. It's fine. I don't know why. Honestly, that's one of the things that I really don't understand is why do I eat all this bad stuff? When I know that if I get full off of healthy food and I really get full off of it, like I have to make large portions, of course, but if I get full off of that, I don't snack. I don't even miss snacking unless something stressful pops up. And that's a whole nother thing that we will talk about at another time. But, so really, I just was so embarrassed in class after school. I was so freaking embarrassed that I just made a decision that my life had to change. Something had to be better. But I know, like, this has happened so many times in the past where I'm like, yes, this is the day. We're going to get the membership. We're going to buy the diet food. We're going to do this thing. I've never liked Slim Fast Shakes. So up until here recently, I just found out about Premier Protein, just to be honest. And, I tried keto and I couldn't hack it. I could not hack all that fat and meat all the time. I love avocados, but it just wasn't for me. I do like vegetables a whole lot. Vegetables are my schniz and I love them. I don't know why this is doing this. But whatever, we will edit it out later. Hopefully we're on the internet now. Can you guys believe this whole time I've been on my phone all day, I did not have my Wi-Fi on? How absent-minded can I be to run on my freaking data while I'm at home? Anyways, it's already done now. So, yeah, I decided something had to change. I'm tired of being fat. I'm tired of being the fat friend, the fat cousin, the fat sister, the fat daughter. Honestly, I'm just the big girl everywhere I go. My husband's smaller than me. My husband weighs about a good 70 pounds less than me. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like that. I don't like not being able to play with my son. You know what I mean? I got a good 7 minutes in me and then I'm huffing and puffing it. And that's horrible. I'm only 30 years old. So I started noticing the things that I was putting into my body, paying attention, being conscious of my food choices. You know what I mean? And it made a world of difference. I've been making better choices. I have been staying around just around or maybe a little under most days on my calories. I've been staying around 1,800 calories a day. 1 second, ignore me. And I've been limiting my carb intake. I have been decreasing the number of cookies and cakes and pies and making a conscious effort to avoid those foods. Like if I know that I'm craving sweet and I'm craving sugar, I will go get a protein bar, like a cookies and cream Quest bar. And honestly, it suppresses it. Or I'll drink a protein coffee. And that really helps. That has really helped me staying on top of it. That's my thing. I mean, right now, I'm just focused more on healthy choices. Eating lots of vegetables, doing my green smoothies, eating big ass salads. Just making as best of choices as I can. I don't want to completely feel like I'm in restriction island where I'm not allowed to have anything, or if I have a cookie, if I get a snowman cookie from Starbucks, that I'm so ashamed of myself that it kind of kicks me off my entire healthy eating. So, I allow myself to make mistakes. It happens. And honestly, what I found is that when I make a mistake, it's not like, oh, this day is ruined. No, it's like, okay, you had that thing. You had that snowman cookie. So for dinner, we're going to have a big ass salad. And instead of using ranch, we're going to use the vinaigrette. You know what I mean? Save on some calories. And it helps. It helps me so much. It helps me to feel like a normal person and to not be so down on myself. And I haven't had the greatest results, but from October 13th to now, November 17th, I have lost 16 pounds, like 16 and a half pounds. So, it's something, let me tell you. If I wouldn't have started doing this, what I've been doing, those 16 pounds would still be here, and I probably would have gained a pound or two. Because it's holiday time. I've been baking cookies, baking cheesecakes. But let me tell you, whenever I felt like I was going to town on those cheesecakes, I just threw it away. Because I felt like I did not need all that temptation in my house. I had planned on baking one for my uncle and baking one for my house. Of course, time got away from me. I never took the cheesecake over there. So then now I'm just sitting with 2 cheesecakes in my fridge, not wanting them to go bad. And I find myself eating cheesecake for breakfast. So I threw that cheesecake away. Let me tell you, I had to get rid of it. I had to get it out of my eyesight. I just try to make preventive steps because honestly, at the bottom of it, it's food addiction. It's terrible, terrible, terrible food addiction, which, I am working towards treatments for that. I started therapy. Well, I've had one therapy session. And honestly, because of financial reasons, I have yet to schedule a second one, but I have been picking up extra shifts at work, so I'm working on that. Plus, the therapy I was doing was like mobile therapy, like video chat or over the phone. So I've done 2. I did a video chat and over the phone. So, and it did help. It helped me realize that I need to put me first, that I need to make decisions wholly and solely based upon my needs, not my wants so much, but my needs. I need to be healthy. I need to be active. I need time to myself, which honestly has been hard for me because I'm a mom. And I get so wrapped up into my son and his needs and his wants, and always feeling super protective of him and not wanting, like, I don't feel comfortable leaving my son with people. My mom and he's not my husband, but we've been together for 5 years, so my common-law husband. Anyways, my Philip, who is his dad, obviously. Well, maybe it's not so obvious, but anyways, his father, those are the people that I trust to keep my son, because he is a handful, and no, he's 5 handfuls. That's why I say all the time. He's 5 handfuls. But I've been making an effort, like making time. I've been making time for me. I've been making time for meal prepping. I've been packing groceries. Like, when I go to work, I take a big old beach bag, which I don't have it right here with me. No, I don't have it here with me, but I take a beach bag with groceries. I take chicken breast, a big old, my salad bowl with me, my seasons, my olive oil. I take everything. So that way I can cook a decent meal that I will get full off of, and it will be nutritious for my body. So that way I'm not going to a fast food place and buying a salad at Wendy's, because yeah, it's a salad, but those greens are not the same greens. It's like iceberg lettuce, very minimal vegetables, and a bunch of toppings and a bunch of fried chicken on top, because that's how I get it, which I know is horrible. I need to work on that. The last time I went to Chick-fil-A, I did get the grilled spicy chicken club, and it was the bomb. Like, I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything getting a grilled chicken instead. But really, I shouldn't be doing fast food at all. But baby steps, baby steps. I'm making better decisions, because my VSG surgery is going to be February 23rd, 2020. And I'm having it in Tijuana, Mexico with Dr. Galindo. And, yeah, I mean, I looked into the facility. I joined their patient support group. I joined the uncensored patient support group, which, I mean, some of it was helpful, but a lot of it was just like, this person didn't have bedside manner or whatever, which I get it, but he did a fucking bomb-ass job on your sleeve, and you're healthy and you're happy and you're living your life. So there's probably a little bit of a language barrier, but not much, because I mean, I have done the webinar conference with Dr. Galindo to learn about my procedure, learn about financing, just learn about everything, and then just watching videos people who have also gone to Pompeii. One of the biggest helps for me, honestly, was the Chic and Savvy Bale. I watched all of her videos before I had made a decision on whether I was going to have VSG surgery or not. I watched her videos, and they gave me so much insight into having weight loss surgery in Mexico. Honestly, it helped me. It really helped me. It helped me make my decision. It helped me in my decision to choose Pompeii. And honestly, I am just so appreciative to her, for real, for all the information that she gave. So I would like to do the same for people. I would like to document it. I feel like a lot of people focus on the pre-op diet, like the hospital required pre-op diet, and post-op. Like, that's honestly, from my research, that has been the bulk of it. But what about the people who are 6 months out? You know what I mean? Who have already set in their mind that they are getting the surgery done, and they want to start working on their food addiction, and they want to start working on their activity level and just their healthy food choices before surgery, before the liquid pre-op diet. And I couldn't really find much. I couldn't find much at all. And so I felt that by starting this channel from I'm 97 days out. So I'm a little over 3 months before my surgery. And I just want to be able to, first, I feel like YouTube will provide accountability for me. So I can stop being like, oh, it's just one cookie, or oh, it's blah blah blah, like, oh, it's just cheesecake, or oh, it's just this one donut. You know what I mean? So I feel like if I have accountability, it would just help me. It would help me to be more successful. And so that's what I plan to use YouTube for, is to help me with my accountability. And then honestly, if I can help someone else who is going through this phase, ooh, look at that. See, and this is why it's horrible. And I really can't stand when people are like, you're not that big. Okay, I was 277 pounds at the beginning of this. I was so big as 296 pounds back in 2016. So, I mean, I need this. I haven't been under 200 pounds since I was like 11. Because I was 207 when I was 12. So, yeah. And that's freaking sad. That's freaking pathetic. So, it's time. It's time for a life change. It's time for a lifestyle change. It's time to be more active. You guys see I got my Planet Fitness shirt on, and I have not. I've been so focused on the eating aspect because I know for a fact that I have a food addiction. I am addicted to sugar and carbs and everything unhealthy for me. I can just gorge myself out. I'm not going to say I'm a binge eater, because I've seen videos where people are like, yeah, I can eat a whole large pizza and a 15-piece hot wing and breadsticks. And to be honest, I can't eat that much. But I eat a lot. Just know that. You know what I mean? I eat a lot. I wouldn't say I'm a binge eater, but I'm definitely an overeater. And the things I like to overeat are like cakes, cookies, pies, and sugar it's the opposite of an appetite suppressant. It's like an appetite enhancer. So honestly, not eating the sugar has caused me not to be that hungry throughout the days, especially if I have my protein coffee. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to Pompeii to have my surgery on February 23rd, 2020. And I'm just excited. I'm excited for the life changes. I'm excited for a healthier me. I'm excited to be living a more active life, a happier life. And I mean, what more could a person ask for? You know what I mean? I'm just making these changes now, the changes that I feel I can make, that are feasible for me to make. I want to make them now so that I'm not putting all the weight of my success, my weight loss success, on this surgery. I know that there are things that I need to get right within myself before I go get surgery. Because I'm in this for the long haul. I'm in this to be thin for the rest of my life. And so the steps started now. Actually, they started back in October. I was just too self-conscious to get on the screen and oh god, my roll is showing. Sorry. I was just too self-conscious to get on here and tell you guys about it. I don't know, I guess I've always kind of struggled with that acceptance or whatever, but that's another thing that I'm working on. I'm just working on me all around, and I know that losing this weight and getting in shape and being able to do the things that make me happy will definitely help in all the other areas. So, I wonder... Also, if you're going to have surgery with the Pompeii Surgical Group, make sure to join the support group on Facebook. It has really helped me a lot, even though there are definitely some judgmental Judies in that bad boy. But honestly, you just have to take the information that you need and the information that helps you to succeed and to thrive, and disregard the negative Nancy's, because I mean, negative Nancy's exist everywhere. But it definitely has helped me being a part of this group. And for anyone that is that finances has been a problem, I'm going to make a video about, in addition to Pompeii's experienced and awesome surgeons who have also worked in American hospitals and emergency rooms, the financial aspect is definitely a plus side when you compare it to like Mexico Bariatric Center or A Lighter Me, or just any of the other, Renew Bariatrics. When you compare the financing options at Pompeii to these other companies, it just makes it such a better deal. And then also to know that your surgeons are certified to work in the United States, have worked in California hospitals. It just makes you breathe easier. It makes you feel more relaxed. It makes you feel like you have chosen the best place for yourself. But to find all that out and then not to be able to afford it, or just to know that it's just not in your budget, that's just such a downer. But Pompeii literally has the best of both worlds. They have certified awesome surgeons, and they also have great financing plans, which I plan on speaking on that more in my next video. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, whatever time, wherever you are, I hope that you are enjoying yourself and living your best life, because that's what I plan on doing from here on out. All right, good night, guys. I will talk to you later.